Oh, brother. Boy, do I have to say a few words about this game. How are y'all doing today, y'all? This is theRealKaaayle here, bringing you something very different to the channel. For the first time ever, I'm uploading something that is not Mortal Kombat, or talking about something that's not related to Mortal Kombat. We're here to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And this game was definitely on my radar, and I feel like I have very strong opinions about this game. So I wanted to talk about, make a video about it. I saw a poll on, I put a poll up on the channel the other day. As of right now, there's about 60 votes. 40% of you guys have said that you guys enjoy the game. 29% say it's whatever, and the other 26 have said you have no interest in this game. And 6%, I'm actually kind of surprised, not too surprised, but slightly, say this game is utter dog shit. It's pretty much trash. So you guys can tell by the title of the video, I do not like Modern Warfare right now, at least for right now, because you know it's a beta, but I'm not expecting my opinions of this game to change. So if you were to ask me during the previous week when the beta first came on PlayStation, my opinions of this game were worse. I thought this game had to be one of the worst Call of Duties based on what I played last week. And that is because last week they did not have the radar. They added it towards the end of the beta, but by that I was so put off by what I played, I didn't even want to go back to it, bro. So they added the radar now, and I will say the radar makes this game completely different. However, it is not a traditional Call of Duty radar. It just shows where your teammates are and the general outline of the map. I'm actually kind of just annoyed that in the fact that they thought that this game could work without a radar with these convoluted ass maps. And that is definitely one of the biggest things that I have a problem with this game. The maps. Now, I have pretty much a criteria. I have like a checklist for me for what makes a good Call of Duty game for me. For those of you who are curious, because I mostly play Mortal Kombat on this channel. My favorite Call of Duty games are pretty much the entire Black Ops series. I think the Black Ops series has the best multiplayer in Call of Duty. Black Ops 1, 2, 3. And I would say 4 has a lot of good things, but 4 has a lot of like things that didn't work, mostly because of microtransactions as well. Same thing for 3. And I love Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1. The Call of Duty games that I hated Advanced Warfare. I hated Call of Duty Ghosts. I hated Modern Warfare 3. I hated Infinite Warfare, and I hated World War 2. So Call of Duty has always been like, I love this game or I hate this game. And I've looked at it now. The Call of Duty games that I do not like have these things. They have horrible map design, extremely low time to kill, bad netcode, bad spawns, and just bad, like, the bad arsenal. Like the customization, gunplay, all that stuff is not good. So the maps in this game are awful. There's literally only one map that I think is pretty good in this game, and that's the ground war map, because the ground war map has a little bit of everything, and it's big enough to support a lot of players. And just the way that it's designed, I feel like it works, but it also doesn't work at the same time because of the camping and the snipers and the spawn system. But we'll get back to that right now. So let's talk about the regular 66 maps, which is what I think is the essence of Call of Duty. If you can have Call of Duty is about 66, not this extra shit. So let's talk about this horrible fucking map, Grozny Raid. This map is dog shit. I think it's the A side, the A flag side. It's one of the opposite ends of the map. You walk, sorry guys, that was my TV, it turned off. You walk outside of the map, and you're just in sight lines. You're just in sight lines, long range sight lines, and you could barely see the enemy. And it's just terrible. Horrible, horrible flow. And what makes the maps bad are these spawns. These have to be one of the roughest spawns I've ever seen in COD in recent memory. COD has had pretty good spawns as of late. Black Ops 4 had pretty good spawns. Black Ops 3 did too. I didn't play World War II. I think World War II had decent spawns as well, from what I've played. That game, there's just a bunch of other things that made that game weird. But this game has awful spawn logic. So the pretty much is this. It's very apparent in domination. So typically in domination in Call of Duty, you're supposed to spawn on the flag that, or around the flag that you have, right? Or at the end of the day, you're supposed to spawn like pretty much opposite of where the enemy players are, right? Logic, so that you can get time to get back into your fight, get back in, reset yourself, regroup, relocate yourself, and probably try to make about a comeback. This game does not follow that logic. It spawns you wherever the fuck. I cannot tell you how many times where my team will have A and B flag, and they're still spawning on A while we're defending. Like, it is disgusting. It is atrocious. The maps are also cluttered as all hell. They have so much shit on them. So many ridiculous head glitch spots. So many flanking routes. So many vertical spots. I think there's a spot in Gunrunner where you come out of the A flag and there's 4 different sides you can get shot from. You can get shot from the middle of the map, the left side of the map. There's a building that has an opening on the right, and then there's a whole forest area. That's 4 different areas you can get shot from. Not on top of that, there are places where the players can hide on the map. Like, there's like the trains that you could be on top of. There's like the head glitch cover spots. There's so many different places you can get shot from in one area. There's so many different flank routes, and I know like they wanted to stray away from the typical 3-lane map thing because that Treyarch has always done. But yo, I don't know why people say 3-lane maps are boring, because they fucking work. They have a simple system: 3 lanes, 1 big main lane, 2 other flanking routes, 1 on left or right, and then there's connecting pathways that reach the middle. It's simple. It's easy. So many other Call of Duty maps, even in not Treyarch maps, follow this suit. Modern Warfare has this. Pretty much Terminal has this. The middle lane throughout the airport, and the left and right side where the outside of where the plane is, and the left side where the tarmac and not where the tarmac, where the fucking metal detectors and all that shit is. 3-lane map. High rise. The middle part where the helicopter is. The 2 sides where the buildings separate. There's 1 side where the crane is, and then there's the other side where you could go inside like the building. Beautiful map, right? Perfect. I don't understand why they think they wanted to go for this whole idea that the game's grounded and realistic. We're not gonna go for like these. You're not gonna have the imagery that these maps are made for multiplayer. That's fucking bullshit. Just to maintain a theme, the theme of a grounded realism. Like, I don't get that. I don't like how they compromised, the design for a more balanced gameplay for this grounded thing. And I think that is what's really fucking up this game. They're really sacrificing things that just make sense, to Call of Duty, for this idea that they need to make the game realistic and not like the past year's CODs. And they don't have to sacrifice things that just make sense to Call of Duty, like typical gameplay features and things that Call of Duty had for this. It doesn't make sense. I'm going off in a tangent, y'all. Let me continue with the things that I don't like about this game. So, what else do I have written down here? So, okay, so the netcode is awful. Now, granted, it is a beta. But this is Infinity War. This is Infinity War Call of Duty. I don't have much faith in much improvements. But the netcode is terrible in this game. I cannot tell you how many times I would shoot a guy first and they would kill me later. And then I'll look at the kill cam. I barely sees that I've put any shots into them, or they're on gray health. I hate that. The netcode is trash. It is awful. It is downright dirty, and it's really bad in this game. Because the time to kill in this game is low. And usually, I don't like Call of Duties that have really low time to kills. I think it's too melty and it's too twitchy. And it's just based on who sees who's first. Or who has the better connection. Or who has the worst connection, right? In this game, it is really bad and more apparent because the time to kill is so low, so it just feels like you die in one bullet and you just melt. I hate that feeling in Call of Duty. That shit is demoralizing. It feels like you cannot do a damn thing, like you die in a split second. It is the worst. There's so many deaths like that in this game, and it is awful. However, when the netcode does work and things, you get into a decent lobby, the gunplay is immaculate. So let me get to something that I like about this game. The gunplay is beautiful. I like the changes of it. I like the weight, the feel. You can literally feel every round pumping out of your gun. The animations look great. The gun customization is fantastic, if you ask me. The gun customization is great. Can't wait to see when we have more attachments and even more like weapon skins to like really personalize our gun. But that's the strong. I think that's the strongest thing about this game right now. The best thing about this game is just the gunplay. All right, so back to something that. So I talked about the connection issues. I talked about the horrible maps. Terrible spawns. Okay, the next thing is the visuals of this game. So graphically, this game, I would say, I think some of the YouTubers that kind of overrated the graphics in this game, at least for multiplayer. I'm assuming that things had to be downgraded a bit so that the game could hit 60 frames on consoles, but graphics still look good. I don't think they're as good as people were making them out to be, at least on the multiplayer side, but they're fine. But visuals, the main thing I'm getting at is that this game is fucking dark. This shit is dark. Like, the overall contrast of this game is heavy and is fucking pitch fucking black everywhere you go in this goddamn game. And when you're in a lighter area looking into a dark area, forget about it. It is awful. I cannot tell you so many times I've died to someone because I cannot see them. I think at some point in this gameplay, you're going to see, like, I'm clearly sitting in a corner because I'm trying to regenerate my health, right? And you would think this guy would be able to see me because he's literally like looking right at me. He doesn't shoot at me because he can't see me at all. It is so dark in this goddamn game. They need to up the lighting in this game because this shit is ridiculous. I don't like dying to things that I can't see. I hate shooting at someone that you can't see and shoot back. It is awful. And it's bad. This adds to the bad map design and the overall problem with the flow of the game, because there are so many nooks and crannies and like camping spots, corners, head glitch spots where it makes the enemy look invisible because you can't see them. You just can't see to shoot back at them. There's so many buildings in this game on the maps. The maps that they've given us so far, there's so many indoor areas, right? And you go inside of this area and it looks so fucking dark. You can't see anything. It's like you need a flashlight on your gun. It is ridiculous. Looking at the footage, it doesn't look so bad, but when you're actually playing it, it is terrible. It is god awful. This needs to be fixed ASAP. And it's apparently, like, it's really worse because I think there's an enemy faction that wears like all black in this game. They're practically invisible and it's just stupid. I hate dying to shit where you can't see anybody, bro. In addition to that, they need to make the name tags, the gamer tags above people's name. They need to improve. They make the font slightly bigger on that, or just make the red text a bit brighter, because it's so goddamn hard to see people in this game, guys. It is awful. On top of like the slower pace of this game, people are camping. They're sitting in corners. It's so fucking hard. It is awful. What else is wrong? So that's really the main thing. So those three things combined together in this game, the netcode, the visuals, the maps, and the terrible spawns, all those four main things that I just say really just muddy this game for me, and it really ruins the experience. It's just bad. I just feel like this game reminds me of Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 was one of my least favorite Call of Duties because the cluttered maps, how tight and small they were. At least the maps in this game are bigger, but Modern Warfare 3 was low time to kill, the horrible lag compensation in that game, the netcode. The game was just ridiculous. Like, you kill one dude, another dude's behind you, and you're dead. And on top of that, in this game with the radar, it is the way the radar works, it's just awful, you guys. It does not flow properly at all. The flow of this game is not what I like in Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you can, even without the radar, right? That's the thing. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter and, like, you know, the Call of Duty forums saying that, oh, we don't, I rather not the radar not be in the game because for too many years people have been chasing red dots. It's not about chasing red dots. You can tell where the enemies are without the red dots being on there, because based on the positioning of, if the maps are good, you can tell where people are going to be because of certain choke points, dynamic gunfights on the map, where the your teammates are positioned, and if you're playing an objective based mode, what do you have the objective or not, where your flag's at, do you have the hard point or whatever. You should be able to tell where the enemy is spawning just based off of that. Obviously there's gonna be like some, you know, intricacies and like randomness to it, but you have like, everybody who's played Call of Duty for a while has a flow for how the game plays. This game does not flow like that. It's random, it's chaotic, or slow. I feel like because of that, this game doesn't really know what it wants to be, because it tries to be very grounded with all these realistic features that don't fucking work, and it compromises the game, like the visual thing, and then there's just people spawning all over the place and the maps are cluttered and ridiculous. So this game, it just feels weird. So and some small things that I've noticed, this is just a thing, this is a big pet peeve and it needs to be fixed. I don't care what anybody says. So in TDM, when you go on the scoreboard, it shows how many kills you have, it shows how many assists you have, and your score. Why the fuck is it not showing you your deaths? That is stupid. I don't understand. It is a kill-based mode. Dying is just as important as getting kills. You should be showing people how many times they're dying, right? Dying literally gives the enemy team a point. Why are you showing me my assists? I like to see my assists too, but I need to see my deaths as well. What the fuck is up with that? In domination, you see your captures. No, you don't see your captures. You see your kills and your deaths and your score in domination. In a game mode where it's centered around capturing flags, you don't get to see how many flags you've captured. You don't get to see how many defends you have. What the fuck? That is some bullshit. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm hoping that is an oversight that they've missed, but I feel like it wasn't, because I feel like it would have been addressed already. Or maybe the Call of Duty community is not complaining about it enough, and that needs to be fixed at like ASAP. Period. I'm hoping it's an oversight, but that is just a big pet peeve. In addition to that, on top of like the bad netcode in this game, you cannot see people's connection in this game. Every single Call of Duty game, when you hit the scoreboard, you get to see somebody's ping, and it just be like the way it is in Mortal Kombat 11. You get to see, are they green barring, are they yellow barring, are they red barring, right? It gives you a general idea if the connection. There is nothing like that in this game. Why? I do not know. So even if you cannot tell, like, if you're lagging, you can't tell if the enemy is lagging, you can't tell like which server you're on. There's no information about netcode, and that is a shame, because Treyarch has pretty much standardized that ever since Black Ops 3. Ever since Black Ops 3, they have a ping bar. They show you which server you're playing on. They show you how many packets are lost in the options, and they show you basic every Call of Duty where everybody's connection. And this game doesn't do it. I understand it's a beta, y'all, but why are simple things just not being put in the game? It doesn't make sense to me at all. I guess I should talk about Ground War for a minute. I think Ground War was one of the most fun that I've had with the game, to be honest. Ground War, even though this mode has a lot of issues, so I wish I put another map in it for us, because this map could get really cluttered and claustrophobic and just chaotic at times. But the biggest complaint I have for Ground War is that kill streaks need to be disabled, or they need to just have certain kill streaks, because kill streaks in Ground War it is stupid. Like, someone gets a chopper gunner, they're getting like 100 kills. Like, it's ridiculous. like, there's vehicles already. Why do you need a kill streak? Why do you need a chopper gunner? I think they should only have support streaks and stuff like that in ground war, offensive kill streaks in ground war. At least with that kind of style, is just game changing. Somebody gets a goddamn chopper gunner or a helo, it is just disgusting. I don't think they should have kill streaks in that shit. Make it gun on gun tactics and just use vehicles. I don't think kill streaks should be allowed in that shit, or just figure it out. I don't know. I don't think it works that way. What else is wrong with ground war? There's some stupid glitch in this game where people could go underneath the ground and do that shit. I don't know. This game needs some work for sure. And I know some of y'all are probably gonna be like, "Yo, chill, Kyle. It's a beta. All the stuff that you said, they've already said it's gonna be fixed." Let me just like I said before, Infinity Ward has had a horrible track record, so I'm not trusting them right now. They don't have my consumer trust right now. They've put out horrible COD game after horrible COD game after Modern Warfare 2. I love Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 is a piece of shit. Ghost, worst Call of Duty game of all time. Infinite Warfare, probably a great contender for one of the worst Call of Duty games of all time. So I see like they're passionate about this game, that they want to fix things, but this right now, I'm not convinced. And I hate to say it, I am not sold on COD Modern Warfare. And you know what? It kind of pains me to say it, because this is one of my most looking for anticipated games this year. The crossplay works fantastic. I was able to play with a friend on Xbox. I played on PS4. I played with a friend on PC, and it works fantastic. I love that. Great. I appreciate this game for doing that, because a lot of games are gonna like start doing crossplay because of this. A big name like Call of Duty is great, but damn, I just wish this game was better. I really wish it was. Now, they could fix all the stuff that I just said. They could, you know, make players actually visible in this game. They could smooth out the netcode. It is a beta. You're right. These are probably just the bad run of maps, but usually betas put their best maps forward. I've never seen a beta where at least like 2 of the maps ended up being one of the best maps in the game. I don't know. So that's gonna be it, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this Call of Duty beta. I know there has to be some people out there that agree with me, but I think I'm definitely in the minority here. It sucks, but look, I've been in the minority before, especially with Modern Warfare 3. I remember a lot of people called me crazy for saying that game is garbage, but there were also a lot of people that thought that game was garbage too. So let me know what you guys think about this. As of right now, this game is not a day one purchase for me, which it sucks, because like the gameplay is fun, but there's like the spawns, maps, the netcode, player visibility, and just simple basic features just don't work for me, and it really muddies the experience for me as a player. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it to this far in the video, instead of just clicking out and calling me a meathead. But yeah, if you like this game, hooray for you. I wish I did. But thank you guys for watching. Stay real. Peace.